the altercation between Trump, Jim Acosta. They had words. I want to share the film with you of the altercation between the two and a third person. And then we'll go from there after everybody's sort of been able to sort of digest the video clip itself and form their own opinions, and then we'll talk about it.
Hundreds and hundreds of miles away. That's
not
an invasion.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings
Let
would
me
be
ask,
much better.
if I may ask one other question. Mr. President, if I may ask
Peter,
one
go
other
ahead.
question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's
Mr.
enough.
President, I was going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am.
Excuse
President,
me. That's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other
Peter,
question,
let's
if
go.
I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned that you may have
I'm not concerned
indictments-
about anything with
that you
the
may have
Russian
indictments coming down?
investigation because it's a hoax.
Are you-
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Mr. President.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Go ahead.
I think that's unfair.
You're a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way. Go ahead. Go ahead, Peter. Go ahead.
In Jim's defense, I've traveled with him and watched him. He's a diligent reporter who busts his
Well, I'm
butt
not a
like the
big
rest
fan
of
of
us.
yours either, so
I understand.
to be honest.
So let me ask you a question, if I can. You repeatedly
You aren't the best.
Mr. President, you repeatedly, over the course of
Okay,
the...
just sit down, please. Well, when you report fake news, when you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
Mr. President, over the course of the last several days of the campaign, sir, at the end of the campaign, you repeatedly said that America...
So we got ourselves one of these, partisan issues where one side sees it one way because that's their guy, and the other side sees it another way because they can't stand that guy. So it's like all discombobulated. So, you're not going to get a straight, response or a true play-by-play or any type of breakdown that makes any damn sense unless you talk to somebody like Tim Black, who doesn't really care about either side other than the truth. Because, see, one side is saying, Acosta accosted this little girl. He accosted this woman. He laid hands upon her. He physically assaulted her. Other side saying, how dare she try to take the mic from him? What a disrespectful woman that is. She basically assaulted him by trying to snatch the microphone from his hand while he was holding it. That damn Donald Trump's always starting stuff. How horrific it is to have Donald Trump up there inciting violence once again. See, this is where we are, folks, where there can be no reasonableness. All reasonableness has left for the winter a long time ago. I've looked at this clip several times. This woman was not assaulted. Snowflake. She wasn't. Last time, look, I've been around. I've seen men assault women. I've seen men be rude to women. Very rarely are men assaulting women when they say, pardon me, ma'am.
Mr. President, I was going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President, I was going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am.
He didn't say it later after the clip was aired. He said it right then. He said, I'm sorry, ma'am. Pardon me, ma'am. Because he wasn't finished talking. So I think it was almost reflexively hold on a second. It wasn't like a karate chop. He didn't pull a knife out of his back pocket and cut her with it. He didn't sucker punch her. He just blocked her hand from grabbing the mic is all he did. And for her, she was just doing her job of trying to take the mic from him. She did not assault him by trying to take the mic, nor was she being disrespectful. She was doing her job. So both sides on the extreme sides of this stuff, look, I understand when politicians play politics. I don't understand it when regular people who are not politicians demand to play politics right along with them. I'll never understand it. I'll never accept it. You're not getting paid to lie, so why do you lie so much? Well, you're not getting paid to carry water for Trump or for Acosta, so why do it? For the record, Acosta's wrong. He should have gave it a mic and went and sat his ass down. It's true, but he did not rise to the level of assault. What he did was wrong, though. That's because he doesn't own it. He doesn't own the press conference. And if the President of the United States says, no more questions from you, security really should have came and escorted you away. I remember watching the clip of John Kerry. It was John Kerry, yeah, John Kerry, Heinz guy. Yeah, Lurch. And there was a guy, you guys remember this, press conference, young guy in the audience started asking about Skull and Bones.
We impeach Bush, all right? Also, were you a member of Skull and Bones in college with Bush? Were you in the same secret society?
That's all right. Let me answer his question.
Excuse me, were you arrested? Whoa. Is anybody watching this? I'm not doing this.
And, unfortunately, he's not available to come up here and swear me in as president.
Why are they arresting me? Can someone do something here?
Let me just say
I'm being arrested.
Because it's a very important question.
What did I do? Get off me! Nobody ever hit off me! Get the f off me, man! I didn't do anything! Don't tase me, bro! Don't tase me! I didn't do anything! Ow! 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 Ow!
Come on, you Dave Chappelle fans know it. And next thing you know, don't tase me, bro! Yeah, security come get that guy. Because that's what happens. So I think Donald Trump was well within his means, or well within his rights as president to say, come get this guy, Jim Acosta, and drag him up out of here. And don't be nice with him either. I'm not saying it's right or wrong for Donald Trump to have this contentious relationship with the press. I think it's juvenile, I think it's petty, and I think he's showing that he's a little pissed off. Okay? But Acosta did not assault this woman. This woman did not assault Acosta. Everybody on that crap, you need to just chill out, let that shit go. All right? Just calm down. That's not what happened. What happened was Donald Trump and Acosta got into a back and forth. She stepped in the middle, and he just felt like, Acosta felt like, I'm tired of being the whooping boy. I'm going to have my say. I'm going to say what I need to say to Trump. And he wasn't even disrespectful to Donald Trump. He just kept talking. He didn't call Donald Trump names. And Donald Trump, I know he's the president, but he shouldn't be like pointing his finger at people and talking to them like they're 2 years old. I mean, I know you like the guy. I know, I get that. I get that that's your guy, right? But Acosta's a grown-ass man. All this pressing charges stuff, I think it's crazy, okay? And like I said before, I just think that if the President of the United States, whether you like him or not, says, hey, no more questions for you, that means no more questions for you. That's what it means. It's his press conference. He don't want to answer any more of your questions. He shouldn't have to. All right? So there that goes. And I think if it was Obama, you would have seen it a totally different way. If Obama was in a circumstance where he told somebody, no more questions for you, and that person kept going, and then they wanted to take the mic, and then he wouldn't stop, well, you'd be like, he should shut up, he should leave, and if he gets suspended, that's what he gets. So that's the way I look at this. Because I need to carry water for the Republicans or the Democrats. So anyway, Jim Acosta has been suspended. And of course, Sarah Huckabee Sanders had to weigh in with her 2 cents, which no one wants to hear. No one except, of course, Trump supporters, but I mean the rest of the country, the people that are not Trump supporters, who don't care for her much, who think she lies for a living, which is something all press secretaries do. It's amazing how so many people said that, that Obama's press secretary was a liar. And then when Sarah gets in there, she lies too, but they go, no, she's telling the truth. She's so wholesome. It's just how backwards we are. Anyway, Acosta's been suspended. That's enough. I'm not going to go further with that. I'm not going to go any further with it. Those who agree, agree. Those who don't. It is what it is. Pathetic.
It's a very important question.
What did I do? Get off me! Nobody ever hit off me! Get the f off me, man! I didn't do anything! Don't tase me, bro! Don't tase me! I did